Yeah, come on in, tell a friend. All black everything, everything. Take the big dreams, many streams. We back. New series called "We've Been Lied To," because we've been lied to all around this month. You know what I'm talking about. Many ways, and it's all unraveling these days. These days. But these are some notes I took. We talk about the Tuskegee uh, experiment. I don't know why I see this music. We just bumping in the background. Please don't even take it. You know, we just doing what we do. But I mean, Dead Prayers is the feature. Feature of the Kings. Mhm. I'm just gonna read these notes that I took about the Tuskegee experiment. It reminds you of something that happened, not too far, too far in the distance behind. But this is from the CDC, your trusted CDC. But it goes like this: the notes I took. The Tuskegee syphilis study, also known as the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in African American men, U.S. Public Health Service syphilis study at Tuskegee or Tuskegee Experiment was a clinical study conducted between 1932 and 1972 by the United States Public Health Service at the time and the Centers for Disease and Control, or the CDC. The purpose or so-called purpose of this study was to observe the natural history of untreated syphilis. The American African men in the study were told they were receiving free health care from the federal government of the United States. Lies. Ain't nothing free, as we can see. Of these men, 399 had latent syphilis with a control group of 201 men who were not infected. As an incentive for participation in the study, the men were promised free medical care, but were deceived by the PSH, who disguised placebos and effective methods and diagnostic procedures as treatment. You see how the deception is? They just lie. How the hell you gonna believe one that does that? That's your history. The men who had syphilis were never informed of their diagnosis, despite the risk of infecting others and the fact that the disease could lead to blindness, bone deterioration, collapse of the central nervous system, mental illness, heart disease, and death. According to the CDC, the men were told that they were being treated for bad blood, a colloquialism that described various conditions such as syphilis, anemia, and fatigue. Bad blood, specifically the collection of illness, the term included, was the leading cause of death within the Southern African American community. The men were initially told that the study was only going to last 6 months, but was extended to 40 years. You hear this shit? The men were told that the study were going to last only 6 months, but was extended to 40 years. What? What did you just say to me? Motherfuckers. After funding, the treatment was lost. The study was continued without informing the men that they would never be treated. None of the affected men were treated with the penicillin, despite the fact that by 1947, the antibiotic had become the standard treatment for syphilis. So even after the fact, they still go ahead and do the more wars. War. It don't stop. Don't expect it to stop. You got to do something about it. Study clinicals could have chosen to treat all the syphilitic subjects and close the study or split off a control group for testing with penicillin. Instead, they continued the study without treating any participants. They withheld treatment and information about it from the subjects. In addition, scientists prevented participants from assessing syphilis treatment programs available to other residents in the area, just from every angle. Boom, 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 boom. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Deception, deception, lies, lies, lies get thrown at you. What you gonna do? How you gonna believe one like that? The study continued under numerous PHS supervisors until 1972, when a leak to the press resulted in termination on November 16th of that year. See, if it wasn't for the leak in the press, they would still be going on to this day. It's no bullshit. That's what, can't stand it, boy. The victims of the study, all American Africans, included numbers of men who died of syphilis, 40 wives who contracted the disease, and 19 children were born with congenital syphilis. So watch what you believe. What you believe ain't always what you see. Ain't always what you should believe. Tuskegee Experiment, all black everything. We've been lied to. Keep your eyes and ears peeled. Listen, listen more than you speak. All black everything. Peace and love, y'all. Like you share, subscribe, thumbs up. Like you hitchhiking. Like you hitchhiking.